Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for the Scrapbook Nerd online shop. I'm going to show you how to create this layout, and it's a great page design to use if you have lots of ephemera. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions, and measurements for photos and page parts will be written on the screen. The products I'm using come from VICKI BOUTIN's KALEIDOSCOPE collection. I have some paper, chipboard stickers, one of the ephemera packs, and stamps and dies. And I'll list all of these products in the information box below this video. And I'll also put a link to the Scrapbook Nerd online shop, so you'll be able to find all of this there. I did some preparation in advance, and my jumping off point was a sketch I found in this book called Creative Scrappers Volume 3, and I got that at the Scrapbook Nerd too. So the first thing I did was create a frame style foundation with two pieces of paper, and I gutted one of them, the pink paper. Then I cut some strips of paper from the pattern paper, and now what I'm doing is placing them on the page in order to create two layered photo mats. So now I'm adhering them to the page, and all I'm doing is scattering these strips of paper a bit and making sure that all three patterns show up underneath the photos that I'm going to place on top of them. So there's no real pattern here. I'm just kind of playing around with placement so that it's pleasing to my eye, and also so that I can see all three pattern papers. You'll also notice as well I'm double matting my photos. I had already put on white photo mats, but because of the layered photo mats with pattern paper beneath it, I felt the photos didn't pop off the page enough. So I added pink photo mats, and that pink paper is simply the paper that I gutted from behind the foundation page. So as you can see, one of the photo clusters is on the left is towards the bottom of the page, and on the right it's towards the top of the page, and that is completely opposite of what is in the sketch in that book, but that's okay. This really is just a jumping off point when you see a sketch, and I'm kind of going about it in my own way now. So keep in mind the measurements I'm putting on the screen aren't necessarily for the sketch in the book, but it's for what I'm doing here today. So now I'm going to get my decorations out. My photos aren't adhered yet, but the mats are. And here are some of the ephemera. Now this kit comes with 2 packs of ephemera, and this one is the frames and journaling boxes, I think. I find it really beautiful. So all I'm doing is piling up ephemera underneath where the photos will later be adhered. So I'm doing it on the right towards the top and the right hand side, and on the left mostly towards the bottom. Also, you'll see I have a pile of pink flowers, and those flowers I fussy cut in advance from the pink floral paper, and I'll end up putting those flowers on 3 spots on the page to create a visual triangle and guide the eye around the page. I'm kind of playing around with the possibility of putting a title up there in the top left, but I opt not to. And at one point, and you'll see me do it again, I'm playing around with those circle frames that were in the ephemera kit. The photo on the right, my husband is way in the jungle there, and I'm thinking, maybe I should highlight him, but I end up not doing it. So once I'm happy with the placement of my flowers and my ephemera, I start adhering everything down. Now on the right hand side, instead of putting a ring on top of the photo to frame my husband, I end up just popping up the photo with some foam adhesive. So what I'm doing now is just layering up this ephemera, and then I'll pop up the photo on top of it. When I saw this sketch in that book, Creative Scrappers, I knew it would be a perfect place to add lots of ephemera. The sketch itself is quite a skeleton sketch. It's really a blueprint for a page, but it did have those 2 layered photo mats with 3 pieces of paper each. But because it was layered, and because the sketch was such a skeleton sketch, I was able to look at it with my own ideas. So it's like I said, it's really a great jumping off point. And that's when I thought, gee, I have all this ephemera left over. I think I'm going to use this and add even more layers. And it's turning out to be an easy page and really a lot of fun. Anyway, so as you see, I adhered that photo with some foam adhesive. And now what I'm doing is I'm getting out the chipboard stickers, and I find the word today, so I'm going to put that underneath the photo, and it's silver, and then I'm going to end up stamping something from the stamp set underneath that word today. I also find a little chipboard bird, and this is in a hummingbird garden, so I'm going to tuck him up towards the top of the page, and I'm really happy with this at this point. I still feel my photos are visible and popping off the page. At the same time, I've got all of these rich layers going on, and I'm quite happy about it. I'm just showing you the stamp set here. That stamp set comes with stamps and 3 dies, and it's super cute, and I did plan on using it more than I am. It's just that at this point I felt I had a lot going on my page, so I didn't want to add a whole lot more. If I added a whole lot more, I feared I would have ended up taking the importance, taking the visual impact away from the photos and more towards the decorations. And I didn't want to do that. So what you see there is I stamped the word noted, which was in that stamp set, just underneath the word today. And I thought that would be a great way to start my journaling. And now what I'm doing is using a template by Echo Park called Back to School. I got that at the Scrapbook Nerd too. And I'm using a sponge brayer, and I'm putting some lines across. I'm inking some lines across with some black ink, and I adhered that template with washi tape just to hold it in place and also to cover up the places that I didn't want to ink. So there I have some journaling lines, and I'll do my journaling off camera and you'll see it at the end. And what I'm doing now is simply finishing off those tags that are popping out from underneath the photos. All I did was take a hole punch and a 1/2-inch circle punch to punch around it, which created a ring, and it makes the tags just a little bit more refined and finished. And I took out 2 rolls of twine. They're both from Lawn Fawn. I got those at the Scrapbook Nerd too. One of them is just kind of a neutral color, and the other one is white with silver flecks. Now the neutral looked really nice, but because that title is silver, I wanted to add a few more hits of silver around the page, but I really didn't want to add more decorations because I felt my page was finished. So that silver flecked twine was really a good option. I still have a few hits of silver there without adding any more visual weight. So there's my page. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you check out the Scrapbook Nerd online shop. It's full of great new products, fast, fantastic delivery. There's my page. Don't forget to sign up and with the Scrapbook Nerd YouTube channel, as well as my channel, Scrapbooking Quebec. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.